I drew my panic attacks. If you're new here, hi, I'm Brandon and I'm in the UK with a specific love for pencil drawings just like these. For the last 2 months, I've been really struggling with anxiety attacks and panic attacks. It's been a really hard thing to navigate, but I did know that I wanted to turn them into something artistic. I filmed the entire process from start to finish, and I want to sit here and chat with you guys about that journey. Let's dive in. I wanted this piece to be challenging, and not just in terms of what this piece is and what it represents, but also just to challenge my skill. Immediately, my mind went to the idea of a self-portrait with loads of hands like grabbing at my face and like screaming in darkness. And I'll explain a little bit of what everything represents a little later on in the video. The first challenge was hands. I've never drawn hands in my life, and hands are notoriously very difficult to draw. Of course, someone's letting off fireworks while I'm trying to film a video. Figured the best way to approach the hands was to just start with how I start everything. So just doing the block shading of the entire figure. Honestly, when I did the first one and I saw it just blocked in with the shading, I was kind of scared. It did not really look that good, but the texture brought it to life. I spent so long just looking at my hands in different lightings, in different positions, and really studying the way that the skin moves and folds over the hands. It's so different to the texture on the face that I'm so used to drawing. The texture on the hand is all full of like triangles and ridges, and I won't lie, that first hand took me way longer than it should have. I'm glad I put that work into doing that first hand to completion first, because that was going to be one of the biggest struggles of this piece. By the time I got to the last hand at the bottom, which is the biggest and most in focus hand, I felt like such a pro, and I feel like that hand looks so realistic. I'm so proud of it. That bottom hand has probably become my favorite part of this whole piece. My last self-portrait I did, I really studied my own skin texture up close, and this time I pretty much went reference free. Really wanted to allow myself to just get into a flow state of like creativity, and I've drawn so many faces at this point. I know the skin anatomy, I know how it lays over certain muscles, I know how it is when it's stretched, like the screaming, and I just decided to trust myself and go for it. I was also pretty accepting to the idea that I don't mind if this piece doesn't look like me in the end. I just wanted this piece to look like a visual representation of anxiety and panic, and if it looked like me, even better. But I wanted it to be something that people could see and relate to. That was one of my main goals with this, is I wanted this piece to really move people. And the thing is, when you're in these moments of anxiety and panic, you feel like it's only happening to you. You feel like it's the entire world against you. You're so alone. Even when you're surrounded by people that love you, you feel so solitary and alone in the moments, and it's really difficult to deal with that. But you also know that it's not just happening to me. Like, I know that it's not just happening to me. I know there are so many people out there that struggle with this, and this is a piece for all of us. It's so hard to talk about, but I do think talking about it is one of the best things you can do for it. I keep my friendship circle very, very small, but I'm so fortunate that I know I could call any of them, and I have been calling all of them, like, every single day, just to check in, say how I'm feeling. I'm really grateful for them, because if it wasn't for them, I'd definitely be so much worse than I am. Some people don't have that luxury, and I think that coming online and seeing someone else talk about it can also help you. And I hope that me coming onto social media and showing this drawing and talking about it does help someone else. Finding some sort of outlet is really good for you. And I've had a lot of people, since revealing this drawing, ask me, did it help you? And my answer to that is yes and no. What I mean by that was, this was really difficult to draw, and I don't mean skillfully, I just meant mentally me sitting and drawing it. On my bad days, I really didn't want to sit down and look and draw what I was feeling. I wanted to distract myself, so that was really difficult to keep pushing through. And at the start, I honestly didn't. I would go days without drawing, and then I would pick it back up again when I was feeling a little bit better. But on the flip side of that, when the piece was nearing its end, I was able to actually sit there and use the motivation of it being nearly finished to actually help me through those dark moments. In that race to the finish line, it was kind of like, if I can sit there and get this done, then all of this will be gone. Unfortunately, that's not the case, but it does feel really good to see that visual representation of what I've been dealing with to be finished and put into a physical like object. I do feel a real sense of accomplishment with this piece. I'm really happy and proud of how it came out. Even if it doesn't necessarily perform as well as my celebrity portraits, I'm so proud of this, and to me, and me personally, this is the best piece of work I've ever done. This piece is called Hostage, because when you're dealing with this, you really do feel trapped. Like, you just can't get out and shake this feeling. This piece was done with only charcoal and graphite, and I thought it'd be really cool to sit and read the description while I show you the finished piece. This piece represents the suffocating grip of anxiety and panic, where dark thoughts feel like living hands clawing at the mind and body. I'm trapped in a moment of overwhelming terror, consumed by an invisible force that pulls from within and without. The surrounding hands represent intrusive thoughts, fears, and the relentless pressure of mental struggles, as if the mind itself has turned hostile. It echoes the imagery of the River Styx a drowning descent into darkness, where your own mind can drag you deeper, making escape feel impossible. Oh, I didn't expect to feel emotional showing this, but this is the finished drawing. Let me know if you like this kind of video, and don't forget to please like, comment, and of course, subscribe. I really want to do more work with my YouTube, and the next video is actually going to be a really fun art challenge. I'm so excited to hear your thoughts on my new original piece, Hostage, and I will see you in the next one.